What are you laughing at, Pete?
Nothing.
It's not a way to start a Friday podcast. We just had a great interview, and you want to come in giggling?
It was he said something funny.
It seems like you don't respect politics.
No,
maybe.
I do. Don't.
Are you going to vote?
Maybe. Yeah, I registered in Wisconsin.
Okay.
Well, you better hope this guy doesn't win because he's going to hear you laughing at his interview.
Look, we're friends.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me tell you one thing you should learn from us. Relationships are key in this life.
I know.
When you get to throwing birds around down on Wilshire, you're going to need to say, hey, I know him.
Yeah. I know somebody.
Yeah.
Watch out.
Yeah, because
right.
I don't think Dee will be able to keep you out of jail.
No, I can't.
Prosecute.
He wouldn't even get me out of jail. He said,
Throwing
don't call
bird
him.
guys. Prosecute. Throwing
That's
bird
the next
guys.
march we're doing. We're going to do it. I'm going to schedule a march after this all gets figured out and the real issues. I'm going to schedule a march about these bird
It's because I proved you wrong, isn't it?
Huh?
When you said I'd go to jail and I never went to jail.
Yeah, I'm mad about that.
Yeah.
I'm the Karen of that issue.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm fucked.
We have a bird destroyer.
Yeah, I'm going to be out there with... didn't we say Amanda was going to go
She's Karen hunting.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd love to catch
I see scooters are parked ready to be ridden, but I don't see people riding them.
Can you imagine
I
wrapping
had-
your hands around a...
I just went with Tyrell for a walk yesterday. We had to meet about something, and he rode a bird and then grabbed like a smoothie and I'm like, do you have hand sanitizer? He's like, no. I'm like, let me give you some.
He rode a barehanded bird?
Yeah.
Let's also put it out there that this guy was like concerned about me riding in Ubers.
Yeah.
How long
2
ago?
months
though?
ago.
2 months ago. That's the country. 2 months ago we were worried about Ubers.
Worried.
Today we're protesting and we're at
And
bars.
we're just grabbing
Riding
scooters.
birds raw.
Grabbing some... Put some condoms on your
I
hands,
said
people.
it, man. We need better marketing. They should have like bird condoms. You just slip on each of the hands. Okay. All right. Enough of the shenanigans. You guys ready to talk about some news? John Bolton, who is the former National Security Advisor, wrote a new book. And in it, he apparently says that there was just way more to this impeachment inquiry and all the information that came out about Trump trying to, cock block investigations.
Yep.
The sort of rivalries in the inner circle. I mean, look, I'm curious to hear you guys say on this, but I feel like it's the books and the documentaries we're going to get in like 5 years or maybe 10. It's when people get clear. Like, I guarantee you the details of what's going on. When I read Fire and Fury, I even read Omarosa's book because I was so curious and like the fuckery that
She turned on him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she ratted it out. And at the time, it seemed crazy. Now it seems like totally normal.
Yeah.
But I guarantee you the details of what's going on in there are so much worse than at least any of this stuff is saying.
I mean, the book, the problem is like these books come out and they say pretty crazy things. Like he was saying that how he would like to do favors for dictators and that he thought these people should be executed in referring to journalists. They're scumbags.
And he encouraged President Xi to keep building those concentration camps that are probably like the most controversial thing China is doing right now. And
Like
he,
to Xi? Or?
yeah, to Xi, like, yeah, I think that's the right thing. That's what he said to him. And then he said, I need help with this re-election.
Yeah.
He asked the Chinese.
Maybe that's why he's so confident. He's like, between China and Russia, I know I'm going to get reelected.
Yeah.
He's like, they'll...
But herein lies the problem. You have people that we believe go into government to help things. Mm-hmm. And John Bolton had stuff that at the time, had he spoken up, probably could have made change. Like, why are you going to government? Then he realized, I'll keep my mouth shut and sell my books later.
Yeah.
So he sold out the country for books.
I think that's what everyone's doing.
Yeah, everyone. No one actually gives a shit.
And everyone's just scared to lose their power.
Yeah.
At this point, especially if you're in this administration, you're a celebrity overnight.
Yeah.
If you're like, look at Fauci. He disappeared, but he was famous for 60 days.
Yeah.
And I bet if you're a politician type guy or whatever, this is more excitement than politics has ever had.
Yeah.
You feel like a celebrity. You're around Donald Trump. Like, I feel like being in politics is more talked about than ever before. It's going to take, unfortunately, this is just how people are, until you lose that power anyway. Either some charges come up or you just age out of it. And then everyone's going to tell the whole story.
But so, I mean, I don't want people to be confused that Bolton is some sort of patriot
Yeah.
for disclosing things he should have disclosed while he was in government. That's the biggest fallacy of this whole thing. And then the reports were that he had a legal pad and was writing notes more than anyone. All he was doing was getting stuff for the book.
Yeah. He was planning on this book this whole time.
Yeah, he's like, I got to do what? Be around this guy for a couple of years?
He just saw dollar signs.
Yeah.
Yeah, and unfortunately, none of this information is It's nice to hear. It's entertaining, but it doesn't do anything.
No, the only thing it could potentially do is scare off the moderates that are going to decide the election. Yeah. You got to imagine every moderate in this country has a breaking point.
Yeah.
Is it...
if you haven't
is it not being prepared for the pandemic? No. Is it Black Lives Matter? No. What is their pushing?
Concentration camps may trigger
China. They're not concentration camps in America. What is their pushing point? Because at this point, there's still a lot of people that support him.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I feel like all it does is just already the people who hated him is just going to piss them off even more.
Yeah.
It's just going to be things to talk about on CNN.
I feel like all these things can do, like anyone who's calling the election either way right now just is not being honest with themselves because we have no idea what voter turnout's going to be. Even the polls are the polls, and it looks like Biden's making a lot of strides, but if people don't show up to vote, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Plus, just the inspiration to go vote for frickin' Biden.
Yeah.
God, it's like, all right, if I have to, but damn it, this guy sucks.
Yeah, I don't know. I think predicting the election, and then Trump has China and Russia helping him. Those are two good countries to be on your side when you're trying to cheat an election.
I bet those bots are just getting fired up. They're so
feeding
ready.
those bots.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, we'll see. Did you also see, it looks like another big win. The Supreme Court blocked Trump. Trump was trying to end DACA.
Yeah.
And the Supreme Court blocked it? Is that what happened? Do you think there's like this newfound like empathy going on in the country, or what's happening?
Well, I mean, this DACA issue was something that Trump, when he got elected, he was hell-bent on turning and ending. Mm-hmm. And this is the protection of 700,000 people who came to this country and were given like a 2-year kind of deferment of their status, and then it keeps you can keep renewing so that you can live in America, have a job, go to school, all those things.
So the logistics are, if you're an illegal immigrant that comes to the U.S. and you have children under 16, the children under 16 are protected by DACA.
Got it.
Because they're like, these kids didn't choose to break immigration laws, but they're here.
Yeah.
And there's a stat like 90% of people that fall under this category are employed tax-paying citizens.
Uh-huh.
So it's not the criminals in the Honduran caravan.
Yeah. The rapists and the murderers.
Yeah.
Got it.
It's not that crowd.
Got it. Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, it's a win. I don't know. I mean, I would say like perception-wise, it seems like we're making progress on black and police issues. We're making progress on gay issues, lesbian rights, all that stuff. We're making progress on DACA.
Yeah.
I say keep marching.
And the majority of, the majority of the people that fall under DACA are over 26 now.
Yeah. A lot of them are in their 30s.
That's crazy.
So, I mean, they're law-abiding, tax-paying citizens. What are we kicking them out for?
Yeah, I know one person that's a dreamer, and like, I would not even slightly, like, the thought of her being deported is like insane.
Yeah.
Like, she's as American as it gets.
And it's crazy because so this week, if you look at it, the first was the anti-discrimination support from the Supreme Court on the LGBTQ stuff. Then this Supreme Court rules against Trump on that. And then you see like the Supreme Court was the one thing that I was really, really scared of with Donald Trump, because I knew he was going to go get, the Kavanaughs of the world.
Yeah.
And these were two pretty big issues in the country that luckily came through. So it looks like the court can be somewhat normal. I mean, Clarence Thomas and Brett Kavanaugh are fucking useless. Mm-hmm. They're always going to just blindly vote conservatively. But it was interesting to see that the Supreme Court actually did some thinking, and gave an opinion.
And President Donald J. Trump tweeted, "Why doesn't Supreme Court like me?"
Yeah.
He did?
Yes.
Because of this issue?
Yeah. And then everyone said no one likes you.
But also, like, they don't report to you.
Yeah.
Does he not understand?
No, he thinks
does
he's
not
a
know-
dictator.
he
He
does
thinks
not-
he's fucking Kim Jong-un.
Yeah, he hears about what Xi's doing and Putin's doing. Putin, gets a kickback from every entrepreneur.
Or he just kills the judge that ruled against him.
Yeah.
That's what Putin does.
Yeah.
Do you know how jealous he probably is?
Yeah.
Of
Yeah.
that style of leadership.
And then he tweeted, like, if we don't he basically was trying to intimidate the Supreme Court and just told everyone the Second Amendment's going to be up next.
Yeah. That the Supreme Court's going to upend the Second Amendment.
This guy is wild.
But the Tulsa, Oklahoma crowd believes him.
Yes.
Oh, they absolutely believe him.
Yeah.
Well, especially if you see the dancing, singing family of idiots.
I don't know about that dad.
Yeah, the dad's sus.
Very, very tough. Those pants with those shoes.
I mean, let's just, that rally is the 20th?
June 20th.
So today is Juneteenth.
Yep.
So everyone's respecting it. A lot of companies actually gave their entire staff off. I think Nike's observing it.
The NFL did, didn't they?
Yeah, but they're not even playing.
I know, but we're making moves here.
So what, the teams can't do Zoom calls?
Exactly. But didn't the
Why?
NFL, isn't the progress with the NFL that they're recognizing Juneteenth, and they also, Roger Goodell said that Colin Kaepernick should play?
Yes. So we talked about that. Yeah, we talked about that last episode. But the problem is, I think we all said I don't think he should play.
Yeah.
And
I don't think for him he should play.
Of course. And I think it's really interesting how this holiday is being observed. So Amazon came out and said, he didn't say it was a holiday, but he said he encouraged everyone, if you want to go educate yourself, you want to take the time to learn, you want to do whatever you feel comfortable, if that's what you want to do. So it looks like people are really taking into it, and that is the liberation of slaves. That's what that day is becoming finally known as. So it'll be
Not in
interesting to see.
Tulsa.
No, here's actually the best. Donald Trump originally had the Tulsa, Oklahoma rally on June 19th, right, for Juneteenth, just like a big fuck you.
Yeah.
And then obviously someone within his camp said, move it a day. He did. He did an interview with the Wall Street Journal today that said, look at how popular I made Juneteenth.
Yeah.
Like, had I not originally done the rally on June 19th, no one would even know this exists. So I did it to popularize the movement.
Not a bad. I mean, to be fair,
He's good. That's a good spin. Because now you have all the idiots already there. I mean, we have video of people already in line.
yeah.
And those people don't even listen to that. They don't care.
Yeah.
There's whatever, Juneteenth, slavery never happened, or whatever they're saying.
Yeah.
And then he's probably winning some people. He's winning all the Candace Owenses on the other side. Like, see, he's done more for African American culture than anyone.
Yeah. Oh my God.
He's good.
He is good. That his ability to never get thrown off is unbelievable. You cannot knock him down.
He's like a boxer that's just like, you think he's punch drunk because he's been hit too many times and somehow he swings.
Yeah. And connects.
Yeah.
You're like, whoa.
like this week, he got beaten. His rally got moved.
Yeah.
He lost 2 Supreme Court cases. I mean, the Rayshard Brooke police officers are getting charged with all kinds of things. Like,
It's a real lesson in self-belief. Yeah. You know? Like, he just willed his way to...
and
I mean, think about it. He was an absolute joke in the New York socialite community.
Yeah.
That's like fact proven.
Yeah.
And he became president.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Those people are probably so pissed.
Well, that should tell you the New York socialite community doesn't mean anything.
Yeah. But imagine if you're like a billionaire that used to clown this guy and now you have to kiss his feet.
Yeah.
And do you know another thing? The biggest misconception I think people have that are like pro MAGA thinking, anti woke, is they don't understand what's going on with the NFL. What happened with the NFL? What happened with the Oklahoma State coach? This is called free markets. When it was good to be racist, when it was good for business to be racist, they were racist.
Yeah.
It is now turned. It's bad for business to be racist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And free markets are playing out. So the pro MAGA thinking is, oh, like we can't just keep submitting to everything. Like he wore a OAN shirt. The NFL's letting Kaepernick kneel and everyone kneel. It's like, no, that's now good for business.
Yeah.
So this is called free markets. This is how it's supposed to play out.
Well, that's what Republicans actually stand for more than anything.
Yes.
That's the principles
But
of their party.
it's so funny that the spin from these dumbasses like Clay Travis is like, oh, like how is he apologizing for wearing a shirt? Because he'll probably get fired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's good for his business to apologize.
Well, speaking of that, and we can just dive into it, Aunt Jemima, Uncle Ben, Mrs. Buttersworth, all are changing their names. So these are all popular food products in America, for those that don't know, that aren't in America. And they use clearly black stereotype racial imagery in all of their packaging. And it's been so obvious for so long.
Is that owned by white people?
Oh, yeah. These
That's
are part of
fucked up.
huge food conglomerates.
Yes.
Every
But I
single
mean,
one.
like, founders-
Like Pepsi, I think, is Quaker Oats. These are huge companies.
But the founder of Aunt Jemima is like a
Two white guys.
Yeah, it sucks. Because I do think, like, look, I do think having a face of like cooking and like this is the, I think that's great for a brand. But yeah, if it's a white person.
Yeah, the problem is they've admitted in historical context though that imagery was
Yeah.
it was condescending.
Yeah, it's fucked.
It wasn't. It was never about like I don't know.
It's not like
celebrating black culture or celebrating black food. It was a function of, oh, this is funny to me.
Yeah.
Like it was more of that. Like Pepsi owned Aunt Jemima, and it's funny is that the way these people are addressing it goes, it has come a time where we've recognized that this is inappropriate. It took them this 2020.
Yeah.
You finally realize it. I remember growing up, I see Aunt Jemima, and I was like, is this real?
Yeah.
Is this fucking real?
But to honest point, I would say they didn't realize it. The free markets realized it and forced them.
Exactly.
Yeah, and people to think that this is just this is the other argument from these types, that Twitter's not a reflection of what's going on inside. Fine. For a lot of things, it isn't.
Mm-hmm.
But when you have 50 states protesting, 19, 20 countries, it's probably like 25 countries at this point.
Yeah.
That's not Twitter telling you.
No,
That's not a hashtag thing.
No.
Yeah. I agree.
And the thing about, like, from a corporate standpoint is that, because the thing that I keep hearing is, oh, we're going to have to change. Oh, we're going to have to change everything. You know what? Fuck it. You might have to. If people feel offended by something, because, the next thing it starts going into, what are all the other businesses that are the Redskins? Are they going to have to change their name? The Cleveland Indians, whatever.
Yeah, like if you piss off your employees enough and they threaten to not play, you're going to give in.
If the Cleveland Indians, they should change their mascot to a real Indian. Then I'd be okay with
You
it.
want to be the mascot?
Like, I want to be the mascot.
Yeah.
Like, I want a real red dot Indian.
Yeah, not even D. I want like a real
Yeah, real Indian. Gandhi.
And all the players need to wear red dots.
You got to wear.
That's part of the uniform.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then we're cool.
Yeah.
All good. But you're using Christopher Columbus's mistake as your freaking mascot. I wonder what happened.
That's what I think the big momentum shift is, because the rights argument 4 years ago actually held weight because they were right.
Yeah.
It was good for business to shut all these people up.
Yeah.
It's clearly not good for business anymore.
Yeah.
And you keep holding on to that old thinking, you're going to get wiped.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Because the other thing that I worry about is I feel like these times also opens the floodgates for everyone to just complain.
Yeah.
And that's what I think like sucks is there are issues that are really like, we talked about D-Ray and 8 Can't Wait. And like, here are problems and actionable ways to decrease this problem. And then there's the crowd that's just like, remove this. Well, it's just like jumping on the bandwagon. And I just feel like you got to make sure, I just want to make sure we stay focused on, here's a problem, let's take it down. Now let's talk about this.
Yeah.
Is this what we want to do? Let's remove that. But
my concern is that systemic racism also starts at the top of society. So like a PepsiCo understanding that Aunt Jemima is not the best representation of Black women, then that does, you know why? Because like some kid growing up sees that and he may view that make him feel a certain way. Yeah. And that unfortunately causes, increases the systemic racism issue. So there are people on the front lines who are going to fight the 8 Can't Wait and those folks. And then there's just a lot of other people that have the power. A PepsiCo has the power. I'm like, why are we even doing this?
Yeah.
Like we can easily rename this brand anything we want, call it AJ, change the packaging, and you have the distribution. Don't tell me that actually affects your business.
And I understand like what we've been harping on. The customer's going to tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everyone's driven by profit. That's just, we're a capitalist society.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of capitalism. Mm-hmm. Let the customers and your profits decide how you make decisions. Yeah. If for your business, it's good to be racist, be racist.
Yeah. Well, that's what's going to happen anyway. Yeah. That's no matter what, that's what people are going to do.
Country clubs. That's a good business to be racist.
Oh, yeah. I mean, red hat it up. Give them out at the door. Okay. Did you guys see? We're talking about what's good for business.
I mean, it might be worse than a red hat. It gets pretty ugly in these country clubs.
Say full set of sheets or whatever,
Hopefully not Buffy.
Yeah, I decided to go.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Thank you for supporting us, Buffy. It was nice knowing you.
There's a lot of jokes I won't take there.
Use code D if you're interested.
Don't even say
talk about free markets. Okay, did you guys see the video of the cop crying in her car? Because what happened? She was at McDonald's and her order seemed kind of suspicious, took a long time or something, and she's scared of being poisoned. And
she only got a coffee and she didn't get her sandwich, it seemed like, her Egg McMuffin or her pancakes or whatever she ordered.
Because they were too busy spitting all over it.
And then she does like a whole video. What is up with like Karens already are being attacked and videotaped all over the country. This woman, Karen herself, she posted a video, a selfie style video, crying because her McDonald's order didn't seem to have come out correctly.
Yeah.
And she assumed that something was happening, something was done, that she can't
she did a solo Karen.
Yeah, and what's interesting is like she thought this was her decision that she made. She was like, you know what? I need to show people what's really going on as a police officer.
Yeah.
Flip side, other people are showing black people getting murdered, and this dumb bitch didn't get her fucking breakfast.
Yeah. I mean, how many black people do you think have gotten little comments, maybe their food messed with, stuff like that in restaurants?
Yeah.
That's what there's that image that's going viral where it's this white ladies marching saying, we want haircuts because they wanted the lockdown to end. And then there's like a group of black people with a sign that says like, stop killing our children. Or, it's like, here's the difference.
And when we talk about what basic training cops should go through before becoming cops.
Yeah.
Like if you're triggered by a McDonald's order, you're probably not the right person to be showing up when things are a little trickier.
Totally.
And by the way,
that should be like, she didn't pass the test.
She didn't pass
mental
the
toughness.
She didn't pass the McDonald's test.
And by the way,
this is what we should do. Have cops go to McDonald's and fuck with their orders and see how they react.
Yes.
And by the way,
they make or break.
By the way, aren't these cops supposed to be light on their feet? Why are you going to McDonald's?
I mean,
have you seen cops?
We all know.
I mean, like, is it me or are cops like rarely ever in shape?
No, I believe that you get tested, some sort of physical thing you have to pass when you pass the academy.
Right.
And then what do they just drop you off the windshield?
And then never again.
They go, okay,
there's
you
no
passed the test,
retesting
Krispy Kreme's on the left, here's your gift card.
Here's your gift
There's
card.
no retest.
Here's your lifelong membership.
Yeah, there's no retest. You just go pig up.
How about why are cops parking in red zones to go get pizza?
Because they're fucking assholes.
Yeah. They don't even do that in this area. There's no street parking anywhere.
Yeah.
They park in the middle aisle of the street, busy ass streets. They just park and then they're like, they're cutting the line at like slab because they don't want to wait.
I mean, they turn on their lights and sirens to go through intersections.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I've seen that. That's some shady ass shit.
Yeah, they pull up behind, lights and sirens, everyone stops, they pull through, they turn them off and keep driving.
Like
that's why we're marching, you fucking asshole.
Cocksucker.
I mean, especially on a street like where we are, where it's so busy.
Yeah.
If you need to get pizza, just go in the parking lot.
Yeah, we just got to end. It's so deep in, I have a lot
but
of
that's like a reflection of the arrogance
yeah.
of what they're doing. They're like, I need pizza. I don't care about traffic in Wilshire.
Yeah.
Who's gonna ticket me? Me?
Yeah.
That's why it's so deep. Like, I
And
know
then you see
plenty
the other
of-
cops waving on when you see them. You know, I always see that. The cop car to cop car, opposite sides, are always waving at each other.
They're like, oh, who'd you harass today?
Yeah, exactly.
Is
You
that
pistol whip
pepperoni?
anyone
Yeah.
today?
They're giving away donuts on that one.
Yo, let's go beat somebody up after this, right? Get your carbs in. Jesus. Yeah, I agree. It's that. I mean, like, look, all of my like skater friends and stuff like that have hated cops forever. Like, it's not. Sure, the race thing is the most severe part of it and needs to be addressed, but there's just a general lack of accountability for police officers that.
I mean, do you know anyone that when they see cops feel better? Like when you see
Karens.
No.
Karens love it.
Karens love it.
I mean, we're not the subject of police abuse. I'm not saying we are, but when I see a cop, I'm like, ah, shit. Why is a cop here?
Yeah.
No, it's
even-
just Karens.
Dude,
Karens
even
are
as a
fine,
white
they're
male,
not.
I still am like not comfortable with cops.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Karens and their husbands.
Karens feel safer.
Yeah. Karens and their cops.
By the way, I put out a tweet and an Instagram post that I'm looking to have a Karen on the show.
Right.
And I had
You had a
got really
lineup.
close of one of our listeners' girlfriend's mom. He was trying to convince her, and then she's like, she's down. She has to ask her husband. I think the husband was like,
Vetoed it.
vetoed.
Wised up. Yeah, I mean, because like, come on, you know you're coming on here
Oh,
to
I
get
said,
played.
but I said I would not like
Expose her.
No, I wouldn't. It wouldn't be like an attack or anything.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get into the mind of a Karen. Like, what makes you like? I see stuff happening on the street all the time. I never want to stick my nose in other people's business. Unless they're being treated unfairly or getting beaten up or something like that.
Right.
But I'm just not going to walk around and I see a group of kids doing something and then start yelling at them and telling them what to do or not to do.
Yeah, yeah.
So what I want to understand is like, how does a Karen become a Karen? Where is the systemic Karen problem coming from?
Where does it derive from?
I agree.
Because I think that's a major topic that needs to be addressed in this country.
After
how do you
racism,
develop a
After
Karen?
racism, we go figure out Karen.
Someone should do that. Someone should. So one of our listeners, all you got to do is disguise it. Like, pitch it that we want to talk to a mother of a family in these times
With the short haircut.
with a short,
That little bob.
Yeah, we don't want long hair.
No. It's got to be the bob.
The bob.
I need the fucking bob.
But you just got to disguise it.
Yeah.
You got to be like, oh, we want a different perspective. We want to hear from a mother of teenage children in these times.
White.
White, of course. I mean,
45 to 55.
yeah, and then you disguise it. That's what they do on like these Sacha Baron Cohen.
Yeah,
when they're
yeah.
pranking, when they just say they're filming something else.
Yeah, yeah.
They just get in here and you be like, so, when's the last
you
time
have
you
to
talked
egg
to a
'em on.
manager?
You have to egg them on.
Yeah, we'll
can-
get them there.
yeah.
But I think true Karens can't help but Karen.
And do they
You know?
not see this and are like and recognize that they are
No.
the?
I think one big thing about being a Karen is your self-awareness is at an all-time
Yeah,
low.
are you just so deep in Karen that you like can't even recognize
You
Karen?
probably follow Keeping Up with the Karens to be like, what's going on in the neighborhood?
Yeah.
Target.
I need
I'm
to
over
know.
at Target.
Yeah, I didn't know what new crimes are popping up.
It's like next door is just powered by Karens,
Yeah.
right?
Next door, the app.
Yeah.
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 Citizen.
Citizen.
Yeah. Citizens of Karen Street. They should make an app. Someone should
Karens.
monetize it. Someone should make a
I
Karen.
think we just named two
Yeah,
companies.
you're right. But someone should just own it and be like, this is the Karen app. And you can check it anytime in your neighborhood to see what the Karens are up to.
Yeah.
Remember Steve Stout had that book, Tanning of America, that was super successful?
Yeah.
Now there should be the Karenism of America.
Karen in
Yeah.
America. Yeah. Okay. How about this? Man of the decade. Elon Musk.
Yeah.
This guy fucks.
This guy.
This guy fucks.
I mean, you're telling me
Yeah.
this guy flies people, revamps NASA, flies people to space, ushers in a new age of making electronic vehicles cool,
Running a $200 billion company.
has beat the odds with the naysayers in the stock market and whatever, smokes weed with Joe Rogan. From what I hear, dabbles in some acid and some weird fun stuff, and has freaking threesomes
Yes.
with supermodels and movie stars.
Yes.
My kind of president.
I mean, I would vote today.
So Johnny Depp is in a defamation lawsuit against his ex-wife, Amber Heard. And
And here you thought Johnny Depp was the rock star.
yeah, you think Johnny Depp is living... I think Johnny Depp also got beat up by Amber Heard too.
Yeah, he did.
So Johnny Depp, the rock star movie actor...
Got beat up, and then his girlfriend went and boned the tech
and
guy.
his wife went phoned Elon Musk with Cara
How
Delevingne.
did Elon even get in the circle where like Cara Delevingne It's like, yeah, I'm coming over.
No, man. But
You're Elon Musk, right? You're.
You think he's sliding in the DMs?
It's
I think
beyond
he has weird parties and stuff. Remember there was Azalea Banks came out and said she was at Elon's house.
Yeah,
I'm like,
you're
what the
right.
fuck are you doing at Elon? Like,
He's in the right circles.
I think he has weird gatherings, you know?
Yeah, he's throwing. Everyone knows he throws big parties, and so the suit is claiming that Johnny Depp said, and depositions showed that Elon Musk and Amber Heard and Cara Delevingne were having threesomes.
Yeah,
It's just when I
this
read
looks so
this,
good for him.
When
I
I
mean,
was,
how do you do this? How do you accomplish all of this?
he's like
he's superhuman.
he's like what Dave Portnoy wants to be.
Beyond, I don't even know if Dave Portnoy can wrap his head around.
No.
I just don't
No.
understand how you manage all of these things.
Yeah,
I don't understand Jeff Bezos, but at least Jeff Bezos
it's got one
has
day.
his one Latin lover.
Yeah,
And he left his wife. He didn't do both.
Mm-hmm.
He couldn't handle both. Elon can handle.
Elon has Tesla, SpaceX, The Boring Company,
Solar City.
Solar City.
And figured out something called PayPal a little while ago.
Yeah,
Changed the-
threesomes.
yeah.
Loves doing acid, smoking weed.
He has kids.
Six
kids.
kids.
Just
I
had a
think,
new
now?
baby.
Yeah, I think he's up to 6.
You see photos of him and stuff like at the mall with his kids.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Does Amber Heard have $50 million? Because the lawsuits of Johnny Depp is suing Amber Heard for $50 million.
No.
Maybe
That's a lot of money.
No
is
way.
Elon going to foot the bill?
Yeah, maybe.
Hey, that threesome was expensive.
Yeah, it depends on how good that threesome was.
We'll find out.
I,
I mean, the fact that you're even hooking up with the same girls as Johnny Depp is insane. You know?
He's an ugly dude, and there's no way he has any like real game.
I
I
mean,
bet he has weird tech game.
Yeah,
He has
oh,
genius game.
no, yeah, exactly. He's going to
you want to go to Mars, baby?
Yeah. How's
That works. Who
How's that?
else
Johnny
can say
Depp's
that?
going to freaking Mastros and Elon's offering a trip to Mars.
Think about it. Wait, only 2 people on Earth can give you that.
I mean, Elon's a
Jeff
genius.
Bezos, who's all tied up, and Elon Musk. There's only 2 people that can take you to Mars.
I bet the moment that flight took off to space with people in it, he was like, "You're next, babe.
Yeah.
You're on the next one.
Yeah.
What are you doing this weekend?"
This guy's is going to be, he's going to, on that first flight that he hops on, it's going to be a big orgy on the way up there.
Yeah.
I mean, can you blame the guy?
First space orgy. Make another Ash A12 equals sign greater than. Jesus. Okay. So anyway, I mean, just man of the decade. We're very blessed to have Elon Musk in our
Yeah,
lives.
my
I'm going to go
president-
buy a Tesla, I think, this weekend.
Can you?
Wow.
Do you
I
wanna
just
buy-
want to support this sort of
Do you want to
behavior.
buy?
You know what I'm saying?
You want to buy 2?
I don't. I'm not David Dobrik. Okay. We got ads?
We sure do.
Okay. Let's run them.
Hey guys, welcome back to today's ads. I got to tell you this quick story, and it's really quick, but like the other day I was out and about, right? I was walking around with my mask off, and then this really pretty girl came up to me, and she accidentally touched my hand. She said, "Oh my God, your hand's so soft." She asked me, how did I get such soft hands? And I said, Clean Monster. Clean Monster Lavender Peppermint with skin nourishing vitamin E, lavender oil, and peppermint oil will not only leave your hands sanitized, but feeling amazing and moisturized. Guys, I can't make this stuff up. This has literally happened to me. And now me and this woman are deeply in love. So if you want to find love, get out there, go get a 3-pack of the Clean Monster hand sanitizer available on Amazon right now for Amazon Prime. Get it shipped to you in 2 days. It's the best choice you can make. It's plant-based, great smelling, keeps it clean. In times like these, you hear that? Oh, that's clean. You got to stay clean out there. All right, let's get back to today's episode.
Wow, Pete.
I
mean, do you practice on the weekends?
sometimes, usually like when I'm alone at night, is really when I tune in.
Yeah, it shows. I mean, I think really the engagement, the click-throughs, all been going through the roof.
I think it's my calling.
Yeah,
I
I agree.
just need to do ads around here. I think
agree.
we just forego everything else I do.
I got
The
a
problem
DM
is the salary
saying,
for that is right next to zero.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got a
that's
DM
fine.
saying Pete's voices are creepy and it's a turnoff.
Then I do not need them, and nor do these businesses, because clearly they don't know good ad reads. Because all I've had in the DMs are, I bought all the products because your ad reads are so good. So
Okay. Well, we'll let the numbers decide.
Yeah.
Numbers don't lie.
Right.
DMs do.
Let's see how much meat we sold.
Yeah. Let's see how much meat you can.
wait, I got the steaks
Hustle.
going tonight, so we'll see those.
Pete Hustles Meat. That's our new site.
Oh Jesus!
I need some of that meat, by
let's
the way.
not.
Ball and holler at me. I want to cook some of those steaks. Okay.
Text him his address.
Okay, the dark side of, we've joked a lot, and this really isn't funny, but we've joked a lot about all these TikTok investors and how every kid is now in Robinhood. Davey Day Trader has an army of kids trading, whatever. This sort of retail trading has been booming. Apparently, a 20-year-old Robinhood investor has committed suicide after seeing a $730,000 negative balance in his account. So this is I guess what I'm trying to say is, I know we joke about it, but this is the reality of what can happen when you think, when it's so easy and fun to hop into this, and you're like, whatever, and I'll put a couple here, a couple there. I mean, I don't know. What do you do about this?
So it looks like he was trading options. And so someone who trades options on Robinhood, what happens is, let's say the trading day starts and there's no action on it, or there's no bid or ask on the option. It may show 1 cent or 0 as the value of the option. And I had one time a lot of money on a trade, and my account went down 99%. Mm-hmm. And then I realized quickly it was just a glitch, and whatever. And I think to Anand's point last episode was, we've spent a company like Robinhood has done such a great job of gamifying and making it fun and making it so easy that it's actually very dangerous. And what they've actually done is just, normalized pretty much heavy gambling, because that's what this is at the end of the day. And these young people are allowed to go on and make trades without no previous knowledge. You just hit accept terms and agreement. Do you understand how to trade? Yeah, sure, whatever. There's certain things in society, like owning a gun, driver's license, trading stocks, gambling. There needs to be a little bit of fucking education before
and
we just
friction.
Yeah.
Isn't the whole point of, isn't there a rule, the Brady law for guns? It takes a couple days, right? It's not like you can just walk in and buy a gun.
No.
I don't think so.
Well, not
right?
in most states. I think it's
some states,
gun
yes.
shows you can.
But friction sometimes is actually a good thing.
Yeah.
And when you're dealing with money, especially with people that have actually no clue what they're doing, especially what we're seeing now. And what it appears is he was actually, so Robinhood won't comment on the details, but from everything I've read, he was trading $16,000, which is his life savings, and it was a glitch that showed $730,000 negative.
Yeah.
So he thought, obviously you can't get into his head because he killed himself, he thought he owed $730,000, and he's 20 years old.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Let me tell you something. If you ever owe that kind of money, there's a beautiful thing called go bankrupt.
Yeah.
And you can
but what 20-year-old understands that? He probably thinks my parents are going to kill me. I was already in trouble for the last 3 months and da-da-da-da. Who knows?
Yeah. But that's the problem of if you don't understand if you're not literate at all, I don't know.
This is what I think Robinhood, it's here we are. Are they Facebook, the evil empire? And Facebook did it with data and news.
Yeah.
Imagine people's money. What could happen?
I just realized if you were sitting if you were sitting at the top of Robinhood right now, you have every incentive to reduce friction and to, by all metrics that you go.
Their business is built on volume trading and selling that order flow. That is their entire business. The less friction, the better it is for business.
Yeah.
I think it takes a good person, it takes a rarely good person to set out with truly good intentions when building a company that you want to be that big, where you put good intentions above financial gain when your ambitions are that massive. But I think it takes a very rarely saint of a person to already be there and stop the money flow.
But you've seen all the interviews with Jack Dorsey and everyone's saying, we didn't know we were going to get so big so quickly, and this is why we have all these problems. Robinhood has a choice right now to fix the problem.
I know. But they also have a choice to make a shit ton more money.
We know which way that's going to go.
I know.
They don't,
but that's the bullshit that Dorsey's spewing now, because he and Zuck and all these guys.
Well,
They
yeah, it's
sigh.
the same way Jeff Bezos can say he doesn't take a meeting till 10 a.m. It's like, because you became a billionaire by not doing that.
Yeah,
And now
exactly.
you have that luxury.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I do think this is just alluding. Look, this is a pretty big story, which is why it's getting everyone's attention. The dollar amount is high. Obviously, suicide is the most serious thing that there is. But like the micro depressions and the slight, like getting you off course in life and blowing your life savings and all that that's happening or will happen, they will never hear about, is a big.
I mean, I'll just tell you firsthand, and when I'm trading options, I'm trading an amount that if I lost it all, I can still live my daily life totally fine. It has zero effect on my life. When I'm losing, I feel like shit.
Yeah.
And I know it has no impact on my life.
Yeah.
Think about that.
And it's that gambling type response. I mean, you're a pretty solid dude. So anyone a little bit less would be like, no, I can make this back. Let me blah, blah, blah. And that's when you get into the spiral.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's scary. It's super sad. And I mean,
And that's when I'm trading for fun. I'm literally trading options for fun. It's just getting a fix.
But that's because you know it.
It's
You
gambling.
know.
For me, it's gambling.
Yeah. But that's the thing. You guys understand what it is and what purpose it serves. Where to these kids, it's like, I'm going to be rich next year.
Even knowing that, I still get bummed out.
Yeah.
That's how scary this is.
But especially if you're watching on TikTok and you see a guy who just bought his Tesla and he's like, I'll teach you how to trade on Robinhood. You're like, all right.
It's the same shit that's been going on with the drop shipping and all that. And they're like, this person's made $200,000 in a week in their first drop ship.
Davey Day Trader told CNBC Business or whatever he was up 400%.
Yeah.
And like, of course, if you're some kid, you're gonna be like, fucking
Yeah.
Yeah, you see him. He looks like an idiot.
Yeah.
He's making that kind of
And,
money.
I mean, I know we think and it is funny. So everything he's doing is hysterical. I
Yes.
get it. But it's like really dangerous.
Yeah.
To write stocks are easy. Stocks only go up. Stocks
Yeah.
this, like his fans now believe that.
Yeah,
he
totally.
knows he's a smart dude. He knows he's just making a mockery of this whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll see what happens. But I feel like this will be a trend,
Maybe,
unfortunately. Maybe not suicide, but.
For an educational purpose. Just describe and how you can go bankrupt with that much money. So I think that's also like.
Well, just I would say follow Anand's advice and never gamble more.
Yeah, I know, but
than
there's a,
will.
people.
That's a good rule.
Sure.
Especially when you're doing things you're not informed of. If you're like, when I'm trading options, I know I can get smoked. I know 100% going into it. So I trade the money accordingly. And if it goes up, it's fun. If it goes down, I get bummed out. And this is where like a Dave Portnoy can actually be informative and like, hey guys, I'm like making a joke, even though everyone knows it's a joke. But if you're his fan, you really don't think it's a joke because he's making all this money. Now CNBC's validating him. Now he's telling everyone Warren Buffett, the greatest investor of all time, is washed.
Yeah.
But you can't break character. You can't. That's like Trump coming out and saying, you know what, guys, I'm not racist.
Yeah.
You can't, you got to keep your audience.
It won't work.
But I mean, he has the same, he has more of a moral, I feel like,
Totally.
mandate than even, anyone out there.
But I will say again, there also is the argument that like you have Davey Day Trader isn't going to gamble more than he can. And you have this responsibility as a human being to look out for yourself.
I agree.
There's no get rich quick. There's no, we do live also in the age of like, you have the access to that information and you can really believe that next month you'll be a millionaire.
Yeah, when he was talking early on, he was like, yeah, I put 2 million, but yeah, with margin, I'm 13, 14 million exposed. Even, I know Davey Day Trader is rich, but if he lost 13 million, that's significant.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He's not liquid like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Last thing is it looks like bad news for the older adventure crowd. Cruises are getting postponed. So also might be bad news, by the way, for Davey Day Trader. I think he was real big on.
He said that they should have airplane cruises. They should have cruise ships that can fly because he's all in on cruises and airlines.
This could be a problem. So there might be a bunch of new Davey Day Trader fans that are going to get smoked here because, it seems like the virus is flaring up in Arizona and Texas and pretty much everywhere that opened early.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that all these people are like, hey, not worth the risk.
Yeah, Norwegian was the first cruise liner. They've extended their suspension till at least September 30th. We're going to start seeing what Carnival and Royal Caribbean are going to do. And airlines have already made it mandatory to wear masks. California, the governor just came out and said, it's mandatory now in public to wear masks. Mm-hmm. So it's gonna get like, the problem is these things can all come back a lot sooner if people just follow the rules, like the social distancing, the mask. At this point, it does not matter if you think it's a hoax or not.
Yep.
The United States government thinks it's real. So you're better off following the rules, and we can all move on with our life.
That's the problem, is Donald Trump doesn't think it's real. So
Yeah.
like the head of the United States government, it just has become a political thing.
No, but I know some liberal people that don't wear it. They're just not paying attention to all they're doing. Everyone that's not wearing a mask is now, unfortunately, part of the problem, because you do not want if all you have to do is wear a piece of cloth on your face, a piece of cloth. Yep. That's it. We get to do everything we want with a piece of cloth on your face. Most of you motherfuckers are ugly. So this actually helps you guys out. Because now people won't be judging you by your face, by your ugly fucking face. So now you get to walk around with a mask.
You know what we should sell is like really pretty faces on the mask. And like you can just be good looking.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like when people say, I'm not going to wear a mask, I'm like, well.
Do us all a favor.
Yes. I mean, most of us should be wearing a mask all the time. Okay. Like we're not, like there's a Seinfeld episode where they were like, what percentage of the population do you think is good looking? And they were like, I don't know, 5% or 10%. And she goes, Elaine goes, what about the rest? He goes, they're disgusting. These are disgusting people. It's like a leper colony out there.
Oh man.
You know, the like longer term effect, I feel like we're just going to be banned from countries. Like, you know, tourism was always like the big bad Americans coming into town and spending money. Like, we're banned from Asia.
Yeah.
Asia's not letting Americans in.
Europe's not.
I don't think Italy is.
No.
Oh my gosh.
I think
we're the shithole country now.
I think United Kingdom is.
You can go to London.
Yeah, you can go to London. I don't know. I think France soon. They were saying
London to France is open.
Yeah.
So we have to backdoor our way.
You gotta sneak in.
Yeah.
God damn.
We have OCI cards that claim Indian residents, so maybe I can sneak into some countries.
See, this is where being white is not going to come in handy. I'm not fooling anybody.
You can just say you're German. You're tall.
Yeah, maybe Swedish.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll watch, but I don't know. I feel like it's going to be a rocky open up.
Yep.
Okay, you ready for some winners, losers content? Mm-hmm. Who's your winner of the week?
My winner of the week, honestly, was just Elon Musk.
Me too.
I was gonna just save it for that, but I mean,
it's too good.
The guy his stock has gone up 3x.
Yeah.
In the last 6 months.
And so is his sexual partners.
His rockets are flying
in all directions.
He's shooting his rockets everywhere. Yeah. Into every space.
He had just had another kid.
Shot that
another
rocket.
woman.
Shot that rocket. Named it after a rocket.
Yeah. Rocket.
Yeah. And
he's Rocket Man.
The car's on fire. He also just got I think the Model S Tesla just finally got officially certified for over 400 miles of travel on range, and which is like some new record.
Yeah.
So big win there.
Yeah.
Still has all that Cybertruck cash. Haven't heard a damn thing about that thing.
No one's going to be driving a Cybertruck in the next 5 years.
No. There's a Roadster supposed to be on the way. Who cares?
Who cares?
We got
Doesn't matter.
deposits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, maybe he wasn't fucking so much, we could get this shit in time.
You gotta get your
Too much to
priorities.
ask for?
Maybe that's why he's having threesomes, so that you can maximize the amount of sex per session.
Yeah.
Therefore,
Oh, you're saying,
It's a time
he's probably
management
having
thing.
just giant orgies of like 8 or 9 people.
yes, and then he probably goes celibate for the next couple weeks.
Right. I mean, shit.
And then 8 or 9 back in.
You know, I think I should try it just to see if that works for me too.
Do a
Yeah, good luck.
crowdsourcing thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good luck. The problem is people have to want to sleep with you.
Yeah, that's the rough part. Did you hear on what Taylor's doing now? His strategy for the market.
Gosh, I can't even imagine.
He's
What?
he took what he lost, he put it all into blue chip stocks, and he's going in the long run.
That's what he's doing? Is that what he said?
He wouldn't disclose the amount, but he lost 100,000, so he said 100,000 plus.
I think I need to go short the market.
Yeah, this is the time.
This is the time.
Oh my gosh. I think that's the sign.
He tried playing it once for like what? A month? 2 months? And he just quit.
and he had to move to Austin.
Yeah.
Moved to Austin and put it all.
Yeah, he lost all his money, so he couldn't live in LA anymore. He had to
had to get a
had to
gas
move to
station
More
cat.
tax
moved to-
advantages in Texas.
Yeah. Okay. Anand, who's your winner?
My winner is corporate America. We talked about it a little on the last podcast, but the Fed has said you cannot go bankrupt.
I like that.
We will buy your corporate bonds.
Oh, that's what I didn't know that.
Yeah. I wish I had corporate bonds.
If you're corporate bonds, you're probably a publicly traded company or you're really big. And the Fed said we will decide who we want to save. So it doesn't matter what your business looks like. We will bail you out. Who's going to get bailed out? People with ties to the government.
Yeah, this is where it would have really come in handy to like stay on that Trump advisory board and all that, you know?
Yeah.
Jeez. Okay. All right. Good win. Yeah, mine was Elon Musk too. What about losers?
My loser are police officers.
Okay.
I think there's a lot of change that's about to come. I think people were not educated on the power of first individual police officers, then police unions, and the way that whole system operates. Mm-hmm. And the amount of articles I read this week on a lot of the corruption amongst police unions, a lot of the corruption amongst city officials and protecting police. There's going to be this rapid, change. And we're reading all over the country that there's the morale in the Atlanta PD is low. The morale in New York is low and they're angry and people are resigning. People are quitting. So I think there's an enormous opportunity here. Instead of trying to pander to them and say, hey, we want you back, let those people leave and let's clean up the police force. It's a great paying job to be a cop, right? So why don't we go get really...
It pays well.
Yeah. I mean, the benefits are good.
Yeah, once you hit certain years of service, you have guaranteed salary.
Yeah.
Got it.
So, in the grand scheme of like
if you start as a cop when you're in your mid-20s, by 50, you can retire with your same salary, period.
Yep.
I think it's a percentage of. I don't think it's.
I think
it's pretty high.
I thought I read that it's a percentage of your highest year of salary.
Yeah.
And so that people at the end, you do overtime, you do everything you can to try to boost that number.
Yeah, I think it depends on the city, the state. They have different rules, but you do get a percentage of your salary forever, and I think the benefits are good, and they're obviously an integral part of our community. But it's an enormous opportunity to make some big change. I just don't want the politicians to give in right now. Instead, keep going harder at them to make those changes. Until then, losers.
Losers.
So the maximum percentage payable is 90% in California, 90% of your final average salary if you have 33 years of service. So if you go from 23 to 53, you get 90% of your salary.
Pretty good. Pretty damn good. Okay, Anand, who you got?
My loser is the governor of Nebraska.
What did he do?
Governor.
The governor has informed local officials that if citizens are required to wear masks in public buildings, so government facilities, their governments will not receive any of the $100 million in federal coronavirus recovery. So there's this whole defund the police. He is defunding government buildings that require masks.
Yeah, that's a loser.
He's an idiot.
What the fuck is wrong with him?
Yeah, that's a loser. Yep.
Why not just hand masks out in front of the building?
Yeah.
His stupid logic was, I don't want people to be denied public services because they don't have a mask. Well, you can mask for 20 cents.
Yeah.
Give the masks at the building if they don't have one.
Yeah.
This is just trying to kiss up to the Don.
Yeah,
he's hoping he's going to get a Donald retweet.
Totally.
That's why it's political.
Yeah. I agree. That's my loser is the same. It's everyone that now we're having all of this spike in Texas and Arizona, and it's just because of the crowd that couldn't help but do the most.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I get it. You can open back up. Things started to get loose, but there's all these people that just demand not to wear masks. There's all of this fuckery, and it just, it's going to ruin it for everyone. We're going to, not just the cruise lines, every state is now going to slow down their open up because it's going to be the headlines and it's going to screw us all.
Yeah, I mean,
so
I think
this winter.
Exactly. It's just unnecessary. Just wear the damn mask. That's what people want. Let's see what happens. Imagine if we just all wore masks for 2 months. Maybe everything would reopen and everything would go back to normal.
Yeah.
I'm sure everyone would love to go back to their normal life. If they're just asking you to do it, just do it, participate. It's not that hard.
I agree. Okay, that's all we got. We have a birthday?
No, we have content.
Oh, what am I doing? Yeah, content recommendations. Jesus Christ. D, what do you got?
It's called The King of Staten Island. It
Oh,
looks
Judd
like
What's his
Apatow.
name? Pete Davidson?
Pete Davidson.
Judd Apatow directed it, and his daughter's the co-star.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
Is it good or you don't know yet?
No, I'm going to watch it this weekend. I
Yeah.
saw it. It's on. It's
good.
Oh, you already saw it? Mm-hmm. Wow.
It's a
Well,
movie or a
what drew
series?
you in? Pete Davidson?
Yeah,
Pete, just a couple of Petes.
Yeah,
Just Pete respecting another Pete,
yeah,
you know?
just Pete.
I did also watch a Netflix yesterday. I wanted something just like silly to watch. Watched a Netflix like rom-com called Set It Up with Taye Diggs and Lucy Liu, and
There's no way that's good.
I enjoyed it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't.
At least you're consistent with like picking terrible movies that you
True.
do.
Airplane movies.
Yeah.
That's D's
Airplane
specialty.
Yeah, airplane movies.
Okay. Anand?
It's a podcast. It's called Invest Like the Best, and the specific episode I'm talking about is with John Collison, the founder of Stripe.
Mm-hmm.
He's probably the smartest person I've ever heard.
Really?
It was insane.
Is he
He's
having threesomes?
I'm going to look it up.
I didn't
I
say
thought we
he's the coolest
disagreed.
guy.
No, I mean
No.
no. That's part of intelligence.
Yeah,
He
be able to do all
didn't
that
talk about
info.
he didn't talk about his sex life, so I don't know.
He's definitely not the smartest then.
He might be having
We
threesomes.
just
I mean,
agreed that Elon was.
So he's the founder of Stripe. He's 29 years old. His like command of knowledge of literally everything in the world in an hour and a half interview was absolutely insane. He's building arguably one of the best companies of the last decade, 15 years. And man, the kid's impressive.
Well, those that don't know, Stripe is a payment processor.
Yeah.
I just downloaded it. Not Stripe, the podcast.
But I mean, he's just referencing things that I just don't even know how he has the time to know all this information.
He looks like a pretty young guy, too, yeah?
He's 29.
Well, that means this guy's not having threesomes.
Yeah,
Because he's
That's true.
I mean, he was he would be asked a question and he references like how like 5 different companies were built and talks about LVMH and this and that, and then he references like a Warren Buffett letter from 1986, and I'm just like, how the fuck do you know all this?
Yeah, no,
Because he's not fucking.
Yeah, he's not fucking. Yeah.
That's the problem.
There's too much. Will you
But
memorize that name?
I learned a ton in the podcast. I recommend everyone who's interested.
So if you enjoy having sex and just want to get a quick burst of knowledge, listen to the podcast.
That's what Elon would do,
Yeah.
you know?
Because it's a waste of time to sit and read all that shit.
Yeah, Elon would listen to the podcast and then go have sex, not be on the podcast, you know? You don't hear him on many podcasts.
Yeah.
Too much
just
time
a
for
Joe
sex.
Rogan one with increases of sex.
There you go. Yeah, totally. Okay, my content is a Joe Rogan podcast. He did a podcast with Jocko, I think Willink is how you say his last name, but he's a former Navy SEAL and does a lot of books and stuff on leadership, but really great conversation about like, okay, let's get through all the like, fuck all cops and cops, fuck all everyone. Let's talk about how you could really build stronger leadership in the police community. Like kind of like what you were saying, like how can you actually accomplish that? But just a really thoughtful conversation. And I think we need more of those. And I think it's good to have like a Navy SEAL dude and Joe Rogan who looks so
Navy
Republican.
SEAL-y?
Yeah,
Yeah.
to talk about like the truth of how people need to just communicate better.
What's up with Navy SEALs? And they're always chatting. I hear every week I hear about a podcast about Navy SEALs. Do you go to the Navy SEALs, swear some secrecy oath, and say,
I think
fuck it?
everyone's
You get a
searching
podcast on
you.
the way out.
Everyone wants to hear from a Navy SEAL because you're the ultimate
Every week
badass.
I hear about a Navy SEAL chatting away on a podcast.
Yeah, they love to chat. Yeah. I think that's the new thing. Like, I think Navy SEALs have always been like mysterious and cool.
Yeah.
And now there's a platform and you see these guys like Jocko and David Goggins and
Yeah.
all these former Navy SEAls.
They're
like,
huge.
Yeah. I think if you're a Navy SEAL,
Get an agent on the way out.
Yeah.
you should literally get signed on the way out.
Yeah.
And like, all right, here's your media package.
Yeah.
We're going to start you with a,
2 podcast deals.
Because I mean,
you're going
it's,
to have like a juice company that only hires Navy SEAls.
like it's the ultimate mystery. We really don't know. We assume they've been through literally the worst.
Yeah,
And you survived, and they're all in shape. They all like are presentable.
totally. I agree. And that works. It's great for a podcast.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we have a birthday.
Sure do.
But we're delayed?
Yeah. So apparently,
Obviously, Tim didn't do this one, huh?
no, this wasn't Tim.
Yeah.
This was all Taylor.
That makes sense. Tim's early, Taylor's late.
Yeah. So it turns out our friend Scott, if I can say his last name correctly, which I probably can't,
Okay. So you were the addict.
Shashater.
I doubt
definitely
it's
not.
that. I would be willing to bet you don't say it that way.
Okay, you try. You try. I'll spell it.
Can you say Drama's last name?
Pfaff. Pfaff.
Second try. You had to try some options.
Say Tim's last name.
Tim Gamache.
No, you know that. That's your buddy.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. I just guarantee you it's not.
Scott. It's SCHA.
Ooh, that's tough.
CHTER.
Schechter?
Schechter. I like
I
Schechter.
think it's Schechter. Let
And
us know
how
if
old
it's
is he
right.
turning?
Well, he didn't disclose that to us.
Okay.
What the fuck is up with all these vague birthday wishes?
Yeah.
This is not me. These are people DMing us.
Okay, but if you want a fucking
But
birthday
this is
shout out-
Taylor's problem.
Yeah, you're right.
This isn't me. He
So this
just
is Taylor's
said,
buddy.
huh?
Taylor's buddy.
I don't know if they're buddies, but he said, hey, to
This is
Taylor.
the vaguest shout out I've ever heard.
Hey, look, me and
Hey,
Scott
shout out
were
to
DMing,
Scott
and I just said,
Scherzer.
Scott,
He had
I
a
got
birthday
you.
How
in
old's
the
he
last year.
turning? Where's he from?
Is he even our friend? Do we like
Yeah,
him?
it seems like you really didn't do any research.
See, he messaged
I'm sorry,
us.
This We should have done better
Yeah,
research.
we apologize.
No,
this
this
is
is
this
not
is
a
when
weed
when people reach out for a shout out, you should just hit them back with, "Where are you from? What's your name? Who are we shouting out? What's your birthday? What are you celebrating?"
Or how do you say your
Well,
damn
usually
name?
they come into, yeah,
Yeah.
that's what
We got a fucking thing to do.
Usually they do. They come in with that, but this is like last minute, and it was thrown in. I was like, okay.
Well, if you're not
I
going
got
to do the
busy.
research, just leave them out.
Just leave him out.
Come
Listen,
on.
Scott, you snuck in.
Yeah, Scott,
Next
you're one of
time.
the last ones.
Yeah, we might have to trail off on these birthday shout outs.
No,
I
they're
think we
good.
should just create a form. And then, like, there's even phonetically how do you pronounce your name?
Yeah. Please leave us a voice memo of how to say your
Exactly.
I agree. Okay. All right. Well, long episode, but we appreciate it, guys. I hope everyone has an incredible weekend. Get out there, keep up the good fight. You know, hit up your local march or whatever people are doing.
Yeah.
Fuck
Wear a
the
mask.
police. Wear a mask.
If anyone's in Tulsa,
Send footage. If anyone infiltrated, or maybe we have some Trumpy listeners. I don't know how we would, but maybe
Yeah.
we do. Send us some video.
I would love a video from inside that stadium.
We need Taylor. We need to get Taylor there.
Yeah,
It's a 7-hour drive. Just do it.
Yeah, could be
You
enough.
should do it. Put that thing on autopilot.
Yeah.
He didn't take his Tesla.
No, he didn't. It's back
Why
here.
doesn't he hire a driver?
Why
He's
wouldn't
rich.
Yeah, that's true.
And he's surely not paying out the ass down there.
Yeah.
Bragging
No,
about
all that money
$1.50
you're saving.
tacos.
I mean, if you need someone to do a turnaround 20-hour trip in Texas, I can't imagine that's that
Few
expensive.
$100.
Yes.
Yeah, agreed. Okay. Well, hopefully we can get him to do it. Guys, have a great weekend. Hit us up on Instagram at Group Chat Pod, online, our newsletter melrosestreetjournal.com. Thank you. Have a great weekend. See you Monday.
Toodaloo.
Toodaloo. Schester.